What's the deal, my friends? What is going on? Got a lovely push here happening on the hourly. Kind of missed that entry here a bit on a rebreak at a high, but not to be worried. We have news here in 20 minutes. And I think we'll get a chance to play buy, stop, sell. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to get a chance to play the news candle. So don't you fret, don't you worry. We got time. How much did it drive up from 19.7? 19.9 was the rebreak, right? So it went up about 10 pips here. Yeah, let's mark up some ranges before the news. So the daily's close bearish at a resistance. Don't really have a bottom wick yet today, and we are coming up. So London and Asian have not done much. They've stuck around in a small little range. Okay, so we're coming up to the higher time frame resistance here for the 4-hour. It's gonna have to reject somewhere. A lot of time on this 4-hour. Gotta be careful here. You didn't really close above the most recent on the hourly, and the current hourly really minor bottom wick here. It can definitely bounce off the higher time frame, the 4-hour resistance here, and come down, but you do have some room to fill before you do that. We're in the same range from yesterday. This is where we were at this time yesterday. This is news right here. So we're at the same price point yesterday at 8:30 for news. We're right back at this price. Okay, so if there was no news, price action wise, we're really looking to come up here once we close above 22. Yeah, there's range to go up. Yeah, anything above these areas, that's all-time highs. That's where we might be headed. This is interesting. Chat, we might have buy stops here just above all-time highs. Because I think if we start pushing through here, we'll just drive through for another 100 pips. That's what's always, well, that's what's been happening recently. This is 500 pips above above all-time highs. So if there was no news here in 20 minutes, in 18 minutes, we would have buy stops above the all-time highs, just waiting for that price to break. And you understand that you'd probably have to lower risk, because the stops would be roughly like 300 pips, 150 pips, right? But you're looking for about 100, 150 pips on the rebreak of all-time highs after this range. Numerous attempts to break through it, even on the daily. Look at all these wicks. And what happens when we break through previous all-time highs? We tend to drive for 100, 150, 200. And this, in the last time, 500 pips. This was a 500 pip move. So will we see price at 25.60, 25.70 today? It is possible. It's definitely a possibility. Hey, gorgeous. You want to dress up to school? Well, you're going to have to wait till I'm done. Okay. Go play. Close my office door, please. Okay. Okay. Believe we need a bottom wick first. I don't think we'll have enough liquidity to dry up for that much. Well, watch the news do what it did yesterday. Right? Smacked down here and drove up for like 150 pips. So that's possible. So let's go to the... So the daily's got a low. I think this... Let me see. Yeah, the news push yesterday was what created the daily low. If we look at the daily today, I don't know. We'll see how the news hits here. Let's see. Because there's a chance you might see a spike down and a drive up to grab orders, right? To drive for the all-time highs. And if that's the case, are you going to tap 25.07? Or are you going to tap 24.97? So 100 pip difference between what we can tap here on news. So be a bit skeptical. I was thinking of putting a buy limit here at a daily support in case we get a spike down. We'll definitely bounce off a daily support, right? And if we're able to kind of, right, if price comes out positive and gold drops, there's no way we're not seeing a reaction at a daily support, right? So if you see price drop heavy, do this, you might just see it pull right back up and right off the daily support, do something similar to this area. See that way? You might see that pump down and a very quick push back up. Will it reflip bullish and drive? I don't know, but it might end up looking like this, right? And even if it looks like that and doesn't re-break the daily highs, if you have an entry here, you have 200 pips worth of range, and you might see that in a split second here if we're going to head up to all-time highs. So we will see. Which month of the year was the most profitable? April. Do you think we'll drive down heavy? It's unemployment. I mean, sometimes no. We have PPI. Unemployment, core PPI. We could get a mixed bag. We don't know. We'll see. But you already know how we trade news. You saw how we traded it yesterday. You've been seeing how we traded the news the entire year, right? So it's been pretty good to us. And I think I'm looking into, here's the thing. From the way the news played out yesterday, right? And how we bounced off this support here, right? That was really interesting, or especially off this area. So, oh, hold on a second, chat. Hold on a second, guys. Thanks for holding. So, yeah, when I saw these levels that we bounced off yesterday, I thought to myself, well, we tend to, even if we don't respect, we tend to see some play at the higher time frame areas. Even if it's news, the thing is that play is much heavier, right? That bounce is much heavier during news, because news just played out the price action at a much quicker pace, right? It like fast forwarded the market. It came boom, boom, boom. We came up, down, came up, and I think that's what would have happened regardless had we were just trickling down to the daily levels and the 4-hour levels. But news just made it play out quicker, and I thought to myself, well, if we tap another daily level, will the news do the same thing? So I see daily levels here. I think if we're able to break those, I also see a strong 4-hour levels across here. And when I see that, I think to myself, all right, so what if we have a buy limit, and when we tap that daily, we'll definitely see a reaction. So I'm paying attention to it. I'm not going to enter it today, but I'm going to be paying attention to it for the next few weeks to see if that's something we can incorporate, right? As a daily level entry, you know, and the volume based on news. It's very interesting. There's so many things you can do in trading. Everything is just experience, because you know experience is time. You know, it takes time to develop and incorporate things. So you never know. Maybe next year we'll have 2 or 3 news strategies, right? Or types of entries for news. Limit orders work so well with news when you do a proper breakdown, when you know where to place it, right? It's also tough to do a limit sell, right, as you're breaking all-time highs, because you know it's kind of arbitrary. Where's the range above here? Also, I'd like to put buy stops here, but above current all-time highs, 25.32 area. But I need to make sure that the price actually breaks that area. And what have we been seeing with news, especially CPI, PPI, FOMC, NFP? We've been seeing the spread just widen heavily. The spread just has been bouncing to 15 to 20 during these events, right? So I don't want to come up here, have spread be at like 20 and get me in, but the price never actually breaks this price point. So I'm gonna wait for the news to hit. After news, if we're still not above all-time highs, or current all-time highs, we will enter manually once the volume from news has settled down a bit, right? Because you're gonna see some parabolic movement here, as soon as news hits, as soon as 8:30 hits. Right? Hold on a second, chat. Mute? Yeah, talking to my kids. That drove lovely. This 30's giving you 30 pips. Might see spread jumping in about 3 to 4 minutes. Kind of light here today, huh? Here comes the spread. Yeah, mine's starting to jump. Not too bad. Between 1 and 4. Hold on 1 second, gang. I'll be right back. find a lighter for this J. Patty cake, patty cake. I'm the baker's man. I bake these pips as fast as I can. Okay, 1 minute to go here. You already know the deal. First 5 minutes of the news candle, we will drop to the 1 minute. And we will look for a push and a rebreak at a high or low. Canada threw in a yellow folder in there and just slid one in. You guys know that stretch, pre-trade stretch. 3, 2, 1. Bong. Spreads at 17. How did it drop? Any numbers? Good numbers. We should come down. I'm gonna have a sell stop on the rebreak of this candle low. I'm gonna have a sell stop right below it, right here. All right, it's the rebreak of the current 1 hour low. We have good numbers across the board for PPI. Unemployment claims came out a little flat. Not great numbers. They're technically more bad than good for unemployment, but the effect is a bit flat. It's not too much of a difference. Is this the 1 minute top wick? It's gonna re-break the high. It did, it broke the high, right? So it re-broke the high, made a bottom wick, came up, re-broke the high. If we don't break anything, we need to see a push. We can't close doji on this 5, right? If we don't break anything on the 1 minute, or if we don't break the lows on the 1 minute, we will look for the 5 to close bullish or bearish, and we will look for wicks. I have a sell stop here on the break of the lows of the candle right here. Last 1 minute of this 5. All right, you can delete the sell stops here. We need a bottom wick and a flip. We don't get that. Or a bottom wick and a re-break of the highs. Delete this. Or I deleted them. That's pretty flat nose. Good numbers for PPI, bad numbers for unemployment. Broke daily highs, yeah, but it hasn't broken all-time highs. That's a lousy news candle. That 5 pushed, huh? Rebroke here. Previous 5 doesn't have a top wick. That's what's kind of pissing me off. But it should push up to fill the range. And it rebroke. we broke the high, it looks like it should come up, right? The issue is the 5 has no top wick. So, I don't know. I'm skeptical. If it comes up, it comes up. Great. I mean, I'm gonna need a candle to fall in line here. I'm gonna need range. I'm gonna need to spring off something, right? News came out positive for the dollar, so you would expect it to come down, but it's coming up. So, but you don't have a top wick, so there's mixed signals here in place. We're breaking the high. Huge rejection area for the 4-hour. Yeah, but if the news is a catalyst to drive, it won't matter too much. Minutes for the 15. Minutes. Oof. This might drive. One gave a bottom wick here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an edge here in this case. Three breaks at the highs, but I don't trust them. Okay. What's our all-time highs? I'm gonna set a buy stop here for all-time highs. Spread has come down here. Make sure you account for spread, but I'm gonna have a buy stop here at all-time highs. Yeah, we're about 40 pips away from there. And I'm going to account for roughly 3 pips of spread on all-time highs. Got a buy stop right here. You also have 17 minutes remaining in the 4-hour candle, right? If we start breaking it now, you'd expect the next 4-hour candle to re-break that high. Yeah, look how many times we've attempted the break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I didn't like that re-break of the highs, especially with the news coming out positive for the dollar. $15 is going to close, and oof, closed above? Nope, close respecting, close right at it, right? Yeah, that fucker closed right at it. When I get the 5-minute flip down, I'd rather look for the bullish push up on the 4-hour. Pretty close. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're really close to being activated here. And we're activated, chat. We are activated. Closing half here at 12 pips. I'm going to move stops to break even. Let's see if we can push. All right, I'm going to close. Pull up. One more. One more. Give me a close before the 4-hour. Pull up. Closing full here at 22 pips. All right. Just closed full at 22. And I believe we're going to have to pull back down, create a top wick here, and pull down in order for the next 4-hour to drive. All right. Congratulations, everybody. Right? Anything above here, remember, is arbitrary. Last time, I just showed you, last time we rebroke the all-time high, we drove for 500 pips. But we are coming up 13 minutes left here on the 4-hour, okay? So be patient. You'll have chances to drive on the next 4-hour. Let it leave a wick so you have a range to fill in an advantage point. Let the next 4 hours springboard off something, right? Like a slingshot. and then you hop in and you let it drive. It's not a news trade. This was just re-breaking all-time highs after on our 9th attempt. All right, so that happened pretty quickly. This was the position here. I'll show you. This was the entry where this white line is. So I closed full at 22 pips. Okay, so we're coming back here. All right, so it doesn't mean we're going to pull back in range. I think we're going to continue to drive up once we rebroke, since we rebroke the all-time highs here. This is a new all-time high, 2535.49, right? And if that's the all-time high and we're getting a closure in 12 minutes, all we want is a closure above the most recent all-time high closure. So we go to the hourly here, right here. You pretty much just want a closure above this area. You even want a closure above this white line. You want to, honestly, you want a closure above that white line, above all the wicks, above all the price points that you've had in this previous daily range, right? As long as you can close above all of the price points in this daily range. So anywhere above this white line is actually good. Okay, that was an initial pullback. We didn't know if that's going to come back into range or stay above, but once you get a closure and it stays above, you can probably look for the next hourly, next 4 hour to do the damn thing, continue up. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
When something takes multiple times to break out of, does it mean it will push harder? The harder you range, the harder the push, right? But typically, like, the chances of you breaking through go up every single time you tap a level. If you've tapped a level and you come back to it, chances of you breaking it are higher than the previous time you've tapped it. You've come back, if you don't break it and come back to it another time, the chances of you breaking it now are higher than the previous 2 times you were there, right? The more times you tap on a level, it's like taking a hammer and banging on a wall, right? With every hit, the wall gets weaker. The same thing here. This price point got weaker and weaker every single time we've come up here, and we start breaking it now with volume, with news. We've ranged here quite a bit and enough. Yeah, you know, I probably would have had the same buy stop when we were here at this level right here. I would have had this buy stop as well. Anyway, chat, drop a like for that trade if you took a dub with us. Sub to the channel. Oh, continuing up here. We got 10 minutes to go. You might see this push for another 100 pips. But I'm waiting, regardless of how it pushes right now. I think we can have more positions, yeah, but regardless of how it pushes right now, I'm waiting on a closure. That was win number 210. So, I mean, lock in. Some of you might have buy stops here on another rebreak. I'd want to springboard off something, right? We want to slingshot off something. That's the word, slingshot. Want to wind back and drive. But if you're comfortable with the probability of holding like 100 pip drawdown before it drive, it will, because it will come up. We're gonna see all-time highs again, right? Then make sure you're managing risk properly, and then you should have no problem holding buys. You'll have plenty of chances for pineapples as well if you're wrong. 7 minutes here. And we need to flip the tape. Okay, so the 5's created a bottom wick in the first 2 minutes of that 5, and it just flipped bullish. The problem is, I don't know what level there is here, right? I just don't know. I really want to pull back, and then I want to slingshot up. Another 50 maybe on the rebreak. It's the next psychological level. 25.40. Let's wait. Let's wait for this 4 hour to leave us a wick. Leave us a top wick, right? Because if we're expecting a top wick, it means we're expecting a pullback. And if we're expecting a bottom wick, we're expecting a pullback. I mean, top wick on this candle, you're expecting a pullback. Bottom wick on the next candle, you're expecting a pullback. So if you're expecting a pullback, why enter when you're expecting the price to come down a bit? 25.50 psychological? Yeah, I was looking at that, but then like, are we just gonna drive straight through 150 pips right now? Will it pop, or will we kind of come up, come down a bit, pull back, come up, come down a bit, like we've done previously? No, this drive didn't have much of a pullback. This just took off. We might. You're right, we might see 25.50. Technical for sure, price just went against fundamental news figures. Regardless of what happens in the world, it will have to be reflected here on the charts. You will see it reflected on the charts, right? Where's my phone? Any liquidity graph for all-time high? I wasn't looking at liquidity. You need volume. Liquidity, it brings volume, but so does news, right? And we just had CPI, PPI, and unemployment, right? Before this 4 hour close. So we have volume, and that's what you really need. You look for liquidity because when there's no news, right? Liquidity is a catalyst for volume. But you're not really looking for that here. You were looking for a rebreak of all-time highs, and you were looking to mirror what price has done before, right? It's what we do here, technical analysis, right? Study of historical price data. And if we saw historically price drives 500 pips when it breaks all-time highs, we were like, all right, it's going to push here once it rebreaks all-time highs, and we have volume because of news, right? All news does is push price in the direction of price action. Well, not all it does, but it typically pushes with technicals. It just does it at a much faster pace. I don't want to close below this white line because then you're closing within the previous wicks. And if you're closing within the previous wicks, within the previous price points, it might come down. Because you would be at a place from where we've come down, where price has come down from before. Yeah, it's great. We broke all-time highs, right? So you've created a higher high on the higher time frame, right? Look at the daily. You've created a higher high. You've created a higher low. You're keeping up with the daily structure here, right? So you'd expect a higher high on the next daily and another higher I mean, you expect a higher low on the next daily and then another higher high. I guess how did I missed our trade? Bro. Your parents need insurance, bro. Matter of fact, your parents' insurance coverage should have included abortion. Was that? That wasn't rough, was it? That wasn't too rough. That was rough. Sorry. Well, imagine if they had abortion coverage. I wouldn't have to hear the nonsense. All right, I'm sorry. You're right. That was too rough. I said it and then I'm like, that might be a bit rough. I'm sorry, hot it up. You're right. You are right. We are all scam. Anyway, I guess everybody just got scammed here for 22 pips. I'm sorry, or congrats. Yeah, chat, that's the shit I almost say. Remember I said imagine the shit I almost say? I typically wouldn't say that shit. I told you. Think the shit I say is fucked up? Imagine the shit I almost say. $50 seconds. What investments you make with your profits? I invest them in the next generation. A good 100% of my profits go towards my family. I invest in my kids. And this is why you wait for closures. There it is. You got your closure, got a wick to fill. Wow. 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 Will this come up? Shit. I want to take a buy. Fuck. I wanted to take a buy off that bottom. That's crazy. I don't know. Here's the tough thing here, chat. I don't know what we've bounced off of here, but we've definitely left that range. And no top wick, right? God, that's ugly. Yeah, chat. You know what? I'm going to take a buy right here. I just took a buy. I think we'll come up here. 24, 25, 20. Oh, I'm closing here full at 13 pips. W. Just took a buy. Just closed 13 pips. Congratulations, everybody in the Signal channel. We're still running at 11 pips, 12, 15 pips in profit. So if you guys want to close here, you can. I just closed full at 13. Right? I figured we're going to have to come up, make a top wick, but it just bounced straight up. A lot of volume. 25, 23. I'll tell you the entry. Let me look at the Signal channel. The entry here was 25, 23.8. Okay, so you're at 25, 26.3. You're running like 30 pips in profit if you took that with me. Congrats, everybody. 2-second trade, yes. hey, it's not up to me to not have a delay. It's up to you to not have a delay. You don't want to have a delay, jump to the Zoom side. That's on you, right? But even if you heard me 3 seconds later, you're still running 30 pips in profit right now. All right, so close your position, right? We've made a bottom wick here, and we've bounced off a support, right? And there is no top wick, and the previous 4-hour drove like a monster, right? It closed above all these highs. So what should happen? You should come up. Even if you come down, you should come up and bounce off a resistance. So that's what it's doing, right? It's coming up. Whether it's going to come up or down, we don't know. But we know if it is to come down, it's going to need to bounce off resistance. So that's why we knew the price was going to... We didn't know, but we were pretty confident in price having to come up. You know, right here. This was my trade here, right here. This little space right here. That's my trade. These 13 pips right here. That was it. And it's still driving. It is 50 pips from my entry. I don't care if you were late on entry there. You have plenty of time, and you had plenty of time in the last 50 pips to manage. Congratulations. Win number 211. Damn, this is why I love New York. The New York session just moves. This is a 4-hour flip. It's my drive. Yeah, there's a reason, right? Anyone that's actually subscribed or in a signal channel, there's a reason they get access to the Zooms, right? The Zooms give you no delay, so we're taking it in real time. This 4-second delay on YouTube, even though it's not massive, yeah, maybe it'll fuck with your analysis, but not in this case. It's still driving from where we entered, right? I closed at 13.5 pips, so that was plus 13. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Take your bits and pieces of the market as they play out. Yeah, it looks like the 4 hours should drive up, but honestly, I see no reason to expose myself to more risk. Took the flip here, 10 pips closed. There you go. It'll probably drive for much more. You got a big wick here for 60 pips. You have probably a rebreak of the highs, from which point you might drive another 500. But you know, the less time you spend on the charts, the less risk you're exposed to, the less positions you enter, the less risk you're exposed to. And that's the key. Take as much as you can while exposing yourself to as little risk as possible. Congratulations. I guess you guys got scammed twice today. The double scam by Wix. Now, I think it's become a daily thing. The New York session double scam. Who said you're a scam? Oh, the guy whose message they deleted. Thank you, mods. Yeah, if you're in buy, like honestly, if I was still in buys from news, like Javi did it. I think Javi had rebreak right here, 25.23, right? The rebreak of that high. I think I let this rock to like 25.50. Here's the deal. if you set a, you can technically take the profits that you've already made today and count out how much that is in a stop loss, right? So you can take those profits and see how you could lose those profits if you were to hit a stop and go that far on your stop here, right? This way, if you do hit a full stop, you'll be break even for the trade. But if you don't, you have a chance at like 500 pips. There, you can play it like that instead of unless like, you know, if you had an entry here, but you've had a previous entry, right? And you've already secured whatever you've secured already along the way, you can probably use that much as a stop. So even if it goes down to stops, your overall position would be break even and you didn't lose nothing, no harm, no foul, but you leave yourself open for an extra 500 pips with much more room to be able to handle that drive. So there's different ways you can approach. Yeah, you can take my charger. There's different ways you can approach your risk management here. Remember, we're not trying to get wealthy off this trade, right? I'm not making Lambo money off this trade. This will in no significant way impact the rest of my day. It's a game of thousands. You got to do this day in, day out for a very long time to see lasting results, right? Not fly-by-night results, but lasting results. Sheesh, I'd want to stay on. I'd want to stay on for more, but honestly, we're re-breaking all-time highs. It's very arbitrary how far it drives. We already got W's. Once it re-breaks, it can pump another 50 pips. It can pump 20. It can pump 10 and come back down, right? Then we're winners. Let's do the same thing tomorrow. Let's wait for the high volume time. Show up here and do the same thing tomorrow. You know what? If I see something really cool up here, like another closure with a wick that we can fill. Oh, there you go. See that pump right above? It just pumped. And that's what it's been doing. That was just 50 pips in 10 seconds here. And this is what it's been doing every time we create new all-time highs, right? So you're just going based on historical price data, or not even historical price data, but historical price movements. Re-breaking all-time highs, strong push. Honestly, it wasn't about the trades today, chat. Yeah, it's great. We got W's, right? It's awesome, but it's not about the trades. It's about the knowledge, the value for you to be able to learn this and show up here day in and day out, not needing me to do this. Just take these lessons away from you know, you got these takeaways from stream, utilize them. $25.50 for Javi, huh? What did I say? $25.45? $25.40? This is heavy. This might be the rest of the day. Sad part is people here already pretty much know. We had like 100 people dip. Yeah, people pretty much know that like we were already two trades in. It's gonna be an early stream, so people are dipping. If I stay to like 10:30, we'll get over 1,000 viewers, but it doesn't make sense. Like, yay, I want a longer work day. Nah, we did our job. The key here is time, right? And when you value your time, you will lower your risk, right? Because your time is not risky. You know, spending time isn't risky. Spending money is risky. Spending time is valuable. And you've just bought yourself some time. Right? All right, any questions, anybody? Yeah, and don't be paralyzed with the price moving. Some of you guys have like a really big issue with failing, right? Especially when it's like when there's other eyes on you, right? There's people looking at you. Just, you know, don't be scared to fail, right? It means you're willing to test the bounds of your ability, right? So don't be scared to fail. Test your bounds, because how are you going to know what you're capable of without ever, you know, attempting it? So test the bounds of your ability logically with a plan, right? And don't be afraid of failing, even in front of crowds. Okay? What happened with the sell position? We didn't have a sell position. I don't know what you're talking about. Rewind the stream. We never had any sells. What? You're feeding him? Alright, you're feeding the cat. That's awesome. Come here, Giggles. Mama said to feed him. Alright. Come here, Giggles.
I'm not a Giggles.
You're Giggles.
No, I'm not. I'm not a Giggles. I'm not a Giggles.
Alright. He means sell stop on news. We canceled it. We said we're going to cancel the stops once we rebroke the highs. Use a EA to close? No, I open multiple positions.
I don't want to get off forever.
You don't want to get off me forever?
Yeah.
I hear you. Alright. Chat. Any questions? Any questions before I hop off here? I mean, if you're in the Signal channel, how can we join your Zoom? You can either join the Signal channel or Wix's table. Yeah, if I see anything else, if we set up here for 9:30, maybe I'll call it in the Signal channel.
30.
But yeah, 9:30, baby. But other than that, I think I'm gonna call it a stream here. We're all winners. We did our job. I tell you this every day. The key is to show up. The goal is to show up here and win every day. Doesn't matter if it's 5 pips, 50 pips, 100 pips, as long as you can do it every day. 100 pips today will not change your life. But 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 pips every single day will have a generational effect if you can do this for months, years at a time. Okay? So as long as there's no more questions, if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. If not, I'm going to thank you guys for showing up and putting in some effort to get some dubs and trying to help yourself. That I respect. I respect everyone that's out of shape and shows up to the gym, right? Same thing here. I respect everyone that's trying to learn. That doesn't know this, but trying to learn this. Because that's more than I can say for the people that are sleeping in or playing Fortnite right now, right? So, congrats to you guys. Anyway, chat. Thank you so much. Oh, spam some dubs. Let's record this again. All right. Thank you very much for that. Chat, it's been a pleasure. Love you all. I'll see you guys here tomorrow, same time, same place. Remember, today is... So, we still have tomorrow, right? All right. We still have tomorrow to finish out the week. It's been a great week. It's been a great month. Let's keep it going. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. Mods, love you guys. Thank you for showing up, as always, and supporting. And everybody in the Zoom. Kenny, I think you're the only one that showed up on cam today. I see you in that little TV. You don't even have a remote for that TV, huh? You gotta walk over to it and just turn the knob. Damn, that's tough. All right, well, let's hope you can trade yourself into a better TV. Let's hope you can afford a better TV after all of this. I'll see you over there. All right. All right, gang. That's my time. That's our session. I'm gonna call it a day here. You already know the deal. Just like that, another New York session is in the books. Enjoy your day, everybody. Don't overtrade. I see you, overtraders. I see all of you. Get some sun. Touch some grass. Enjoy your day. Tell your family you love them. I'll see you guys tomorrow.